we have to do only with 4NF and 5NF. So we have done with transaction management introduction. So we discussed the property of a transaction, define the transaction, and how ACID properties can be applied to a transaction, and how atomicity and durability property can be implemented for a database system, right? So any questions from the participants?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sir, could you repeat till how far we have to go through chapter 4 for CT2?
Chapter, we'll have unit 3 and unit 4 for unit 4 will be complete. We'll have unit 3 and unit 4 complete, unit 3 and complete unit 4 for CT2.
Okay, sir.
Right. So regarding lab, so hope everyone has done with this Python and MySQL, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
so
sir.
next lab class will be working with PHP and SQL. So I'll give you some basic input about how to work with PHP, hypertext preprocessor, and SQL. So we'll try to complete integrating web technology with database system for this lab class. Right. So I need someone who is good in XML. Right. So I thought that we'll extend our lab programs for giving some introduction to XML. Creating XML documents are simple. To work with XML, I need someone who can explore XML very nicely, teach nicely for 40 minutes, so that students can do some lab exercises with XML. So XML is used to store this semi-structured data. So where variables of same type may have different set of attributes. So I think we have discussed something about XML, right?
Yes, sir.
So just wanted to know, like, whether someone is working with XML or someone has some expertise in XML. Right.
So we can explore. I don't know if anyone is working right now.
Right. So I want someone who can come forward and explore XML, teach XML to our students for 50 minutes, so that they will be able to solve some problems in working with semi-structured data. Someone is interested to teach?
Yes, sir. I can do if possible.
Saloni, I thought you can combine with someone so that you can give the best. So I want someone to do it together with Saloni. So who is that?
Vishwanathan, sir.
Vishwanathan. Right, Vishwanathan. So thank you for coming forward. So XML is more about working with semi-structured data. So we create some simple XML documents, but I want you to explore more the properties of XML, and we can have a separate lab exercise for XML. So I think you have done with working with procedures and functions, right? Have you done?
Yes, sir.
Procedures and functions completed, right? So only two major topics are left out, right? One is like working with PHP and SQL, working with triggers in SQL, and then finally working with XML, right? So once we complete these three topics, then we'll have some mini project, right? So DBMS lab, we have a component called a mini project, where students are expected to do some simple applications. They are expected to develop some simple applications like maybe an resort booking, online reservation system, online banking, or something, right? So you are expected to form a team of 3 members and complete a mini project as part of this DBMS lab, right? So maybe once we complete PHP and MySQL, we'll try to form a group and we'll try to explore this. All right. So again, usually in Unit 5, I teach NoSQL. So NoSQL is popular nowadays, which is used for storing not only it's used for storing unstructured and semi-structured documents. So MongoDB is a popular NoSQL database. So I do teach NoSQL for 2 or 3 classes. Right. So that also we'll try to explore if time is available. We'll try to have some lab classes for NoSQL. So regarding the technology front alone, I need your support. Right. So we teach the core concepts. So even like technology wise also, I have been teaching it for a quite longer time. We have some exercises. We are doing the same thing for a long time, but things are keeping on changing, right? So if someone is good in MongoDB and they want to explain something to our students, they can come forward and they can teach the class, and we can have it as a separate lab class for that particular topic, right? So that's it for today's class. So probably we'll have XML class by Saloni and Vishwanathan by next week. So they will give us an introduction about working with unstructured data, maybe by next week. So this week lab will have PHP and SQL. So next class, let me give you some insight about some basic statements in PHP and SQL, so that you will be able to create simple applications.
So tomorrow and day after we have CT.
You have CT, yeah?
So I'm not sure if there'll be classes.
Yes, sir. 6th and 7th. Yeah.
Oh. So what should we do? So I think DBMS we don't have CT, right? I prefer the third slot.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So only 2 days you have CT, yeah? 6th and 7th. So I think I don't have classes on Thursday, right? Only tomorrow I have classes.
Friday first hour we have.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm missing only one class. I'll be missing one class tomorrow, huh?
Yes, sir.
So tomorrow you have 2 exams, or only one?
Yes, sir. 2.
2, sir.
Oh.
2 tomorrow, 2 day after.
Oh. Right. So Friday we'll have our class. So we'll try to compensate this missing classes. So what about the other courses? Like you have 3 CTs or 2 CTs?
4 CTs we have. Rest 2 or 3 will happen later.
No, sir. We have 2 CTs for
2
each
cities, sir.
subject.
2 cities. And each
Yeah, we
subject,
have.
2 cities.
Right. That's it. Generally we have 2 CTs. The third
Yes.
city will be the combined syllabus for CT1 and CT2 for the students who are absent. For any one of the cities, they have to write the CT3. Okay, then tomorrow we'll not have our class. We'll resume our class on Friday. Friday, then I have to teach PHP and then we have to go for lab. So if possible, if you have any classes available on Thursday, I can teach. So
Thursday there's 2 CTs, sir. Core courses.
Yes.
So then what should we do? Well, right. So I can get you some exercise problems in normalization, working with normalization for this week. Maybe next week we'll study about working with PHP and SQL. We need some time for studying, then we'll go for lab. So next week we'll have PHP and SQL. So this week we'll have some questions in normalization, working with normalization.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we'll resume our classes on Friday first. So thank you for your participation. We'll meet later.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.